Welcome, everybody, to the Let's Get Critical podcast. As always, we are Frantic Romantic, and we're here to review an album for your listening pleasure. Obviously, we are a band that listens to music, likes music, writes music, plays music. And,
dreams of music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes spaghetti to music.
Makes spaghetti to
Yeah.
music. Drinks and music. Yeah.
Metaphorically, figuratively, literally.
All of the above. All of the above.
Spaghetti. All the good stuff.
Ma spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti. Yeah.
I'm here always with my two good buddies.
Ruben.
Zeke.
Yeah, and my name is Mike. Anyways, so for today's episode, every once in a while we want to dig back real far back into something that's just like a good old staple of music industry history. And this album came out on February 24th of 1975. It was the sixth album by this band, the first album on their own label. They kept Atlantic Records on as a distributor, but not as their label, starting with this album. It's technically a double album, even though that doesn't mean anything anymore. And honestly, it's my favorite by them. So this album is my suggestion.
Oh, I'm the same. It's my favorite from them too.
Yeah. And this is, of course, the album by Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, Bonzo, and Jonesy, called Physical Graffiti. And that's the band Led Zeppelin. You might not have heard of them, but they're a band. Obviously, Led Zeppelin was a powerhouse band in the 70s, known for being one of the best hard rock bands ever. And today we are going to talk about Physical Graffiti. Guys, what are some general thoughts?
I mean, this was amongst the first cassettes I ever owned. It shows you how old I am.
Was it a double cassette?
No, it wasn't a double cassette. It was a single cassette. Because you got to think with LPs, they only could fit X amount of, time on there or whatever,
Right.
So it was just like a single cassette. And I'd be pissed if I was missing the other cassette, but I don't remember it being two cassettes.
Was there ever any double cassettes?
Yeah, there was some things that they would sell you. So they would sell you something that was thicker.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles was like a double cassette.
I think the White Album, maybe.
Yeah.
Might have been, yeah.
But I know, I only had a couple things, that maybe my brother stopped listening to, that were rock related. And I would listen to that on my Walkman and this must have been like the early 90s, right? So one of my uncles who was always into we call it classic rock now, but they just called it rock and metal back then, you know?
Yeah.
He walked up to me and he saw I had my Walkman and he just handed me two cassettes. One was Black Sabbath Paranoid. The other was Physical Graffiti, Led Zeppelin. And he's like, that's all you're going to need. It's all you're going to need, man. And I'm like, yeah, he was right for a long time. That's all I listened to was, those nonstop. They're really good.
Damn.
Real good introduction to rock and roll,
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. How about you, Zeke?
Man, I did not hear this album before you guys introduced it to me. I was always stuck on number 4.
Good album.
It's a good album.
I mean, that is the gold
most successful,
standard.
right? Yeah.
I like the folkish elements it has to it. So I kind of always pictured that they would border between that line. But I don't know why I never moved forward. It's because some of their albums you just get stuck on and you're like, well, this is... you know what? I was kind of worried that this is as good as it's going to get. I don't want to ruin it for me.
That's the Young the Giant effect. Remember I told you about that happened to me? Yeah. I'm like, I don't need to listen to anything else. This is perfect. No.
Because as the bands progress, they have to introduce new things to stay relevant. I was like, man, what if they go a little bit disco?
Well, they ended up doing some silly shit like that a little bit later on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I want to listen to that. No, I'm still going to listen to it because this really surprised me. This album really did surprise me. So thank you guys for showing me this. It was like full rock star, bombastic Led Zeppelin, man. I could see them like performing in a huge arena, blowing people away. I don't know, man. There's never going to be another rock band this big sounding ever again. And that's just me saying that,
Sure. I mean, on that note, real quick before we get into the album, what is a good... This is a complex question, but we'll try to keep it narrow. So for these bands that are really well known and they have their gold standard albums, right? Like Pink Floyd, it's Dark Side of the Moon.
Right.
Led Zeppelin, it's For. I'm trying to think of some others. Whatever, Metallica, it's
Black
the
Album.
right? Can you think of, let's just say one example, right? Do you have a band where your favorite album is not the favorite album?
I mean, I think with me, Pink Floyd, it's the Division Bell. And that's, people look at me like, what the fuck is that? You know? And it was way later in their career. You know what I mean? It was
Great
very
album,
different.
though.
Great album. Yeah. And for me, it's because it's what was relevant at the time, and it's what I got. You know?
Yeah.
For me, it's gonna be the Smashing Pumpkins, the Adore album.
I love that album. But yeah, that's not popular.
No, it's not popular, man, because it's so it started showing you the change in what they were doing. They added more electronics to it.
He was more goth looking. Yeah. It was a very
Shaved his
different
head.
aesthetic. Yeah.
It was a whole different look, man. But it was very heartfelt. I heard his mom died. He was going through a divorce,
right?
You know. He had relations with Courtney Love that were like going back and forth. So he was going through a lot of different things during this album, and it's a very different album from the previous stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, it was bashed. Even Billy Corgan bashed it, man. I went to go see him do a poetry reading. He talked a little bit about this album too, and he said it was his least favorite. But it's funny because he brought up, because he's friends with, this is so random, he's friends with Chris Rock. And Chris Rock used this analogy because Chris Rock actually liked that album, and he told him, he gave him some weird analogy. Where like, you could have a mansion in the ghetto, but people are still gonna say, well, you still live in the ghetto. But you still have a beautiful house. So it all depends on how you look at things. Yeah.
I remember he said that he felt like that album was too personal. He probably shouldn't have released it.
Oh, man. I could see that, man. I can see that.
Yeah.
Damn, maybe we should review that album.
We should eventually.
so.
Oh, yeah, definitely, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Sky's the limit, man. You know?
What about you, Michael? What is...
I know I've probably mentioned this to you, definitely mentioned this to you before. Ruben, for the audio listeners. My hot take, honestly, is Down on the Upside by Soundgarden.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that everybody's supposed to love Super Unknown.
I love Down on the Upside.
And here's the thing. Super Unknown is a fucking awesome album, right? But Down on the Upside, it just felt a little bit more polished.
Better songwriting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were doing more complex things with the songs, and then also it veers off into these weird directions that don't really make any sense. But it's sort of like, you guys do you. It was literally the band falling apart.
It was, yeah.
Why did they break up?
Well, his wife and him went through a divorce, and then I think that affected it because she was managing them, right?
Well, that
Sharon?
came a little bit later.
Oh,
that
okay.
actually came. That was
After he went
more
solo?
like Euphoria Morning
Oh, when he went solo? Okay.
era. Yeah, because one of the things that she was saying, Susan Silver was saying, was like, it actually hurt Chris Cornell's confidence not being in Soundgarden, because he always could use the band as a filter to sort of validate his ideas.
Yeah.
Right. So when he went off on his own and did his solo album, he didn't have anybody there saying like, hey, maybe
Do this, don't do this.
This could be better. Right.
Right.
And then I think after that is when they split up. But yeah, that's my take, is Down on the Upside. There it is.
I wouldn't have taken you for like a fan. I mean, like a big fan, you know, just because it got panned by a lot of people, you know.
Yeah.
Including the other Soundgarden guys, right?
Oh yeah, because none of them. There was very little writing credit from anybody except for
Chris Cornell.
No
right.
shit.
Yeah, and also, I mean, honestly, a lot of people blame Ben Shepherd for breaking up the band, but it's not true.
Right.
Like, he had a meltdown on stage and he threw his bass and stormed off, and that was like their last show. But like, it really was Chris Cornell sort of siloing himself from the rest of the band. And then after that tour, he went to everybody's house individually and just said, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. And then that was it.
Yeah.
Well, at least you took the time to do that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So There you go. With that said, we're talking about Thunder of the Gods here. Led Zeppelin, the hammer of the gods, as some would say. Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Just lightning in a bottle for like 11 years, I think, was their run. I'm going to say just a couple more things about Led Zeppelin because you could probably talk, or collectively, the Royal Us could talk 5 hours about Led Zeppelin, right? But this is the tippy top for me, Physical Graffiti. I think 3 is my second favorite. 1 and 2 are towards the bottom because it's a lot of ooh baby, yeah baby, hey baby, right?
Yeah.
4 would be my third favorite, and House is the Holy probably after that.
Yeah.
It's a weird fucking album.
That's a weird album. It really is. And there's a track here called that on this album too, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, that album's weird.
And then Presence, and then In Through the Outdoor. In Through the Outdoor had like maybe 2 or 3 good tracks, and then the rest was touching on something you had mentioned earlier where they're like trying to do some weird things like disco and like synths and stuff. And then no one counts Coda because it's just basically a B-sides album. With that said, we are going to talk about our bottom 3s.
Damn.
So, Ruben, for you, what is at the
bottom?
The bottom.
So number 3 on my bottom 3 is a song called "The Rover." I don't dislike this song. For me, it was more I attached a memory to it. There was this dude that I used to go to school with named Abel. That he's kind of an asshole. Just like he was basically like, those fucking the peanut gallery guys from the Muppets. Just always had some stupid shit to say. And so he saw me at school with my guitar, and I was wearing a Led Zeppelin shirt. And, he tries to throw a deep cut at me. If you like Led Zeppelin, play The Rover, And
Wow.
I was like, okay. So I ended up learning it, and he would always just say, play it. And I'm like, and then it just kind of had like a negative connotation for me. That's really the only reason why it's number 3 on my list.
Damn you, Abel.
Damn you, Abel. Yeah.
Of all the songs to reference, that's such an odd request.
I think that's the point, though, right?
Yeah,
That's it was a deep cut,
Right.
Like you're a poser, basically, is what he was trying to prove,
What was this, man? Junior high?
Junior high. See, like the thing is, what motherfucker didn't know is that this was the one album that I had from Zeppelin. So I was like, I know that song,
Yeah.
But yeah, it had a negative connotation because of that.
Damn.
Fuck you, Abel.
Shepherd was something else, man.
I know.
All right. Well, dude, there were so many fucking good songs on this album.
Really,
dude.
yeah.
It was really hard to pick something out of here. I felt like, I was just like blindly just picking whatever. So I kind of had to really scrutinize. If it made me feel a certain way, I had to pick it. So for me, it was called Night Flight.
Yeah.
It's just more rock. And I love rock, right? But it's just... I could have done without. I guess that's the best way to put it. It had cowbell in it, but it needed more cowbell.
I just saw the documentary on that last night. More cowbell.
I have it, man. It's
good.
Because I need more cowbell. But
Episode 2 of SNL 50, man. Just more cowbell.
But that's the only thing. Dude, this album's great, man.
Yeah, this
I
album's
don't even
fucking
know
badass.
what else to say about it, but yeah.
All right. My number 3 on the bottom list, coincidentally, is also The Rover.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Now,
that's a good song.
Did you know Abel too?
yeah, that motherfucker.
Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Except you met him in probably elementary or something. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. He stole my chicken nuggets.
Just
you know?
fucking basically Eric Cartman incarnate,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stole my milk money, and then he said, they call me the Rover.
The Rover.
And then since then, so with the Rover, so this album, I think for that band is an extension of the album before it, Houses of the Holy, where it's like, okay, so something happened after 4. I think they made 4 really solid rock albums that had a ton of hits on them. and then they had the freedom to do whatever the fuck they want, whenever, right? So Houses of the Holy was their last album on Atlantic, and then this was their first album on Swan Song, which is
Their label, right? Yeah.
their label, specifically Jimmy Page, who also produced this album and actually produced pretty much everything they did. But all that to say, this album goes so many places that the band hadn't gone before, and I felt like The Rover was specifically, it's track number 2, and it's them saying, hey guys, just so you know, we're a rock band. You know, we're establishing ourselves for the listener that, we know how to rock still, you guys. So that way, when we do this other stuff, you won't be afraid of us. And that's kind of how the track feels. It's like, okay, this is like meat and potatoes, vintage Led Zeppelin, whatever, like who cares? So yeah, that's why I'm not a huge fan of The Rover.
Cool. That makes sense. For me, next on my list is number 2 on the bottoms. I went with the song In the Light. I think the song had a lot of cool stuff in it, honestly. Fucking Apollo 9, dude, again. You know what I mean? It's like, it's hella long. So it doesn't have a whole lot of like radio appeal. And that's the only reason really I picked it, man. This is a really good album.
Yeah.
They got really experimental. I think they did a lot of cool shit with the voice. And panning and everything. So I don't think it's a bad song at all,
Yeah. Oof. Okay. Hey, I respect that.
Was
man.
that a hot take or something? Kind of, a little.
I mean, it's like a 7-minute long song too, though,
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I will say this without revealing anything, but when I first listened to this album, that one song, I was fucking obsessed with.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's cool as shit, dude. I think they got really experimental, Definitely.
Yeah.
You know what, dude? I would have loved to experience this as a kid. This music, man. I didn't delve into Led Zeppelin until I was an adult. So, yeah. For me, it's gonna be "Trampled Underfoot." Once again, it's not a bad song. But there's something about like that whole '70s sound that I wasn't really.
Dude, it's Franz Ferdinand.
Huh?
Franz Ferdinand, man. He copied the shit out of this.
Did he?
Yeah, dude, big time.
I'm trying to
I see it.
You see it, right?
Yeah.
Dude, the riff, even the way he's singing it, delivering it.
What the fuck?
It's
like mind blown, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking Franz Ferdinand. He copied this shit, dude.
It's crazy how a lot of people take from Led Zeppelin. And then they say, well, Led Zeppelin took, they try to make it okay because they're like, well, Led Zeppelin took a lot from like, blues bands.
Oh, they fucking did.
Yeah, they did.
Which they did, yeah. So, I can't defend that really. Or I can't bash on it, actually.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. Well, that's that's crazy. I didn't make the connection. I like doing these podcasts because I learned something.
Yeah.
So it's.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, it's trampled underfoot for me.
Yeah.
Franz Ferdinand.
Damn, that bad.
Okay, so my next pick, this would be number 2 on the bottom list. I'm going with Boogie with Stu.
Oh, Boogie with Stu.
This is towards the end of the album. It doesn't really add anything to the album. And if it wasn't on the album, I wouldn't miss it.
Right.
You get to this part of the album, you're just like, guys, just end it. Like,
Yeah.
We're good. Just we don't need. You're not gonna do anything with this song. You're not gonna play it live.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be here. It's fine. But hey, that's just my opinion. And it's like a bit goofy too.
It is.
It's
goofy.
like a goofy song.
Yeah. It was almost on my bottom list too.
Yeah.
Damn.
I just didn't want to like come off like as like just being harsh, because it's one of the songs I didn't really like on the album,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, the top of the bottoms, number 1, I went with the song "Braun Your Hour."
Oh, yeah.
It's an instrumental. I mean, that's really the only reason why, it's like, it's cool, it's good, it's a really good tone, but I think I love hearing everybody, kind of doing their thing together.
Robert Plant on it.
Yeah. Led Zeppelin really is kind of an all or nothing.
I think so.
Type deal.
Oh, for sure.
I think so.
Yeah. They all fit well and go well with each other.
Page holds his own on guitar, but I just, I want to hear all of Led Zeppelin,
Yeah. It's like when you see an episode of Seinfeld with one
It's
of
like
the four of them.
just a
missing.
Kramer episode. Or
Well,
something,
you saw
know?
Kramer when he went to go do comedy on his own.
Oh yeah,
I know.
Wow.
That was the Bronny R of his career there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the bottom of the bottom, right? That's where we're at.
Yeah, you're number one at the bottoms.
Number
Yeah.
one at the bottoms is Boogie with Stu. Now, it's a good song, dude. I like it actually, because I think it's a good. At first, when I first heard it, they hella ripped off Richie Valens. I don't know if you guys remember or watching La Bamba.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, my head. But then I was like, well, it doesn't surprise me. They're known for that. And then I look at the credits, and they did credit Richie Valens' mother.
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Because he wanted the royalties to go directly to her. Well, the guy that I forgot the guy's name in the movie, but he's the one that shows in the
Yes,
movie
yeah.
where he found Richie Valens and he put him out there. He ended up suing Led Zeppelin because he's like, hey man, like
I own that, right?
yeah, like I own half of that, right?
Yeah.
Well, he sued him and he took the majority of the money. From what
what an
I heard.
asshole.
From what I heard. And Richie Valens' mother was just a whole innocent in all of this situation.
Yeah.
But
I didn't know about any of this, by the way. That's crazy.
yeah, if you hear it, they use the same lyrics. They change it slightly, but it's the same song except with the piano, and it's more of a boogie to it. But yeah, I could see what you said where it's not really necessary. Like, why did they put it? It's more like a jam. It's like an outtake, you know?
Right.
So I could see where you were going with that. And I like it, but I put it on my top of the bottom only because it wasn't an original
Sure.
Zeppelin song. That's the only.
Right.
Wow. I had no idea that any of that happened. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I like I said, I watched La Bamba so many
million
times,
times, right?
dude.
Yeah.
So right away, I was like, dude, I got to see if they credit it, you know? And they
Wow.
did, yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, so my the top of the bottom for me here is actually unsurprisingly Trampled Underfoot. The song is seemingly about having sex with a car, which is funny, I guess, but also like kind of creepy. I don't know.
I can see a porno made out of that. You know?
The guy from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Carl, you know, with the two wicked.
Oh, man. That's bad.
It also-
banana.
And it also just kind of doesn't have much movement, right? So like it has a good like kind of groovy chord progression, but it just over and over
stays
and
there.
over and over
Yeah.
again. And I actually I was in a band that wrote a song that sounded similar to this. And
Franz Ferdinand.
Franz Ferdinand.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was me. I'm
Yeah.
friends. But no, we were automatically like, hey, you guys ripped off Zeppelin, so like I have a little bit of a
Yeah.
adversion to this song. And
that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, I mean that song that we wrote was a song that made it onto
1077,
Bone.
right? Yeah, the Bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit, man.
but yeah, no, we ripped off Zeppelin.
Were you in Greta Van Fleet or something? Or?
Yeah, man,
Wolf Mother.
all of them.
All of
Yeah,
them.
it's all me.
The Darkness.
That's pretty cool. It made it onto the Bone, though, man. That is pretty cool.
Okay,
I mean,
so
we can play it on the Bone now. you know?
Bone.
we do.
We do. We can
Yeah.
play it on the Bone.
Yeah,
It's cool. We don't live there anymore, but yeah, we get play it on the Bone. That's not.
yeah,
It's very cool.
Shout out to the Bone.
Yeah.
yeah. Good folks over at the Bone there.
Yep.
Yeah. So with that said, so we just broke this down, right? We just socked it to Zeppelin, right? We took them down a notch, but now we're gonna build them back up, build back their confidence.
Let me take it to the next stage of this, which is
Yeah.
the tops.
Yeah, bottom of the top.
Bottom of the
Bottom
tops.
of the
Number
tops.
3 at the
Yeah.
tops for me is a song called "Trampled Underfoot." Like I said, Franz Ferdinand totally
Oh,
ripped this
man.
off. I guess was it Illusion Lounge or was it?
It was Illusion
yeah, okay.
Lounge, yeah.
But for me, it's just a very iconic riff. That riff is super
is.
like just as a guitarist, I remember playing that shit and just being hypnotized by that. You know.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of stuff like that. Something that can transcend time. You know.
Let me ask you though, are the lyrics about banging a car?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Totally, man.
Like
It's like,
banging out
what's that
some
movie
dance or
called?
something?
Was it called the one with Cameron Diaz where she does that?
She bangs a car?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Is it Savages?
Vanilla Sky.
No, it's The Counselor. It's the one with Michael Fassbender, Brad Pitt, and Javier Bardem. Penelope.
I never heard of that film, man.
It's a trippy movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was
Sorry.
just going to ask, when did it come out?
Probably like the early 2010s.
Yeah.
Do you remember that movie or no?
No. I was just gonna say there was a French movie, and I don't remember the name of it now, that came out really recently.
Oh, yeah.
Where a woman literally bangs a fire truck, and then by the end of the movie, she gives birth to
a fire
this,
truck
like this
hybrid?
weird like metallic baby thing.
Yeah.
it's super weird. I forget the name of it though. But there you go. Probably inspired by
by The Counselor. Yeah.
That's,
Led Zeppelin.
that sounds really surreal, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Well, for me, it's going to be Sick again. It gives you that hard, heavy gruff that makes up Led Zeppelin. It makes you want to go strutting down the street, 70s style, you know, with your bell bottoms, you know, and your chops.
Your nice shoes.
Nice shoes.
Your boogie
Yeah.
shoes.
And, you know, I'm not really a big fan of like guitar riffs or guitar solos or anything like that, but I'm really a huge fan of everything that Zeppelin does as far as in this sense, man, because this is like guitar god hero type of status, man. So I could see why they have that iconic status, you know. It's just the music and this in the voice. It's just, man.
Yeah.
What'd you call it? The Thunder of the Gods or the
Hammer of the Gods. Yeah.
That was an unauthorized biography written about Zeppelin by their road manager
Oh, okay.
called Hammer of the Gods. And as it turns out, a lot of the stuff he said that they did on the road was stuff that he did.
Oh, wow.
You just put it in there. You're like, oh.
Yeah. Sick Again is a great song.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, to that point, this album has something that I think hadn't been in the albums up to this point. Robert Plant his voice was in this weird pocket where it started, he started having like vocal burn a bit, and it sounds really cool. Like, you know, like his voice started getting real raspy, and this was sort of the beginning of that.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh man, and then like Sick Again, it's like all over that song, which is great.
And it's hard to physically get there, right? You know?
Well, what it is, probably.
Is that like vocal damage? Because when
Yes.
you hear it,
Yeah.
Yes.
some people have it, but they make it sound so fucking like warm,
Right.
beautiful.
But it was the beginning of Robert Plant losing his range.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Cool. So I think at the bottom of the tops for me is In My Time of Dying. Now, okay, I'm just going to say this. With my top 3 songs, because I've listened to this album so much and whatever, you know, I've alternated throughout appreciating pretty much every song, but I'll just say In My Time of Dying, the reason I picked it was it's an 11-minute long song. And it's formatted in this really raw fucking like, it's like Led Zeppelin decided, you know, we're gonna make a song where we're not even it's like you're watching them in some underground nightclub and they're just kind of going with whatever they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Just getting down and dirty and raw with this song. And it's something that they hadn't done up to that point. So for me, I'm like, okay, this is cool because it's like they're breaking new ground with this
track.
Yeah. So that's my third favorite.
Cool. Okay. For me, number 2 on my tops is a song called 10 Years Gone. I think this is a really good example of the dynamics that the band was able to do together. You know, like that's like expert sound craftsmanship. Jimmy Page is just like a master on this one. Like, I can't say that I'm like a huge Jimmy Page fan. Like, I think he's great, but this is an example where I could totally appreciate what he's doing.
Yeah.
Damn, man. That's definitely what I got on my next one, dude.
Cool. I'm in.
Sure, man. 10 Years Gone. there's a deep sadness to the song, a real deep sadness to it. It's a reflection. Like you said, man, it's masterfully crafted. It's well put together.
Yeah.
I swear, I don't know if you guys know this. Is Chris Cornell, did he cover this song?
He may have.
Because it sounds very familiar as soon as it opens. So I'm thinking, man, I heard this before. And I know it's somebody covered it. I just couldn't remember if it was Cornell or not. And I remember he mentioned that he was a big Zeppelin fan.
Yeah.
I would hear it and the kind of stuff he could do, you know?
Yeah.
Totally.
And then, sorry, my stomach's all growling, man. I don't know if you guys.
It's all
see
good.
that.
It's all good.
It's like, I'm hungry for Led Zeppelin. No.
Yeah.
And then one of the lines really hit hard. It's like, never thought I'd see your face the way it used to be. And Ruben and I, we always have this conversation where you have memories and you think of people and that used to be in your life, right? And they stay stuck there, right? I remember somebody in my youth, and in my mind, they still look like that, or they're still that way. And then, whatever, years down the line, decades down the line, you come across them, or somebody brings them up, and then you see them, and then they're way different than how you used to remember. And in a good way, that's great, right? But in a bad way, it just makes you feel sad, because it makes you, deep down inside, I wish that everybody has a good life, as they get older, but the cold reality of things, no, people get sick, people end up dying sometimes, or they go through some things where they just change personality-wise, they're not the same. So sometimes it's not a good thing, but sometimes I wish that maybe they should have just lived in my memory in that sense,
Yeah.
in that way. But
Mike and I talk about how we say that's like the myth. You know what I mean? That's like literally when you remember somebody and you question, did that even really happen? It's like the myth of who they were or what you experienced,
Yeah. Well, before I comment on any of that, I'm just going to say this is an LGC triple header, because my pick is also
All right.
10 years
Damn.
back.
oh man,
Yeah, no, this song is, I think, kind of ahead of its time, and definitely way out of pocket for Led Zeppelin to get this existential, right? And it's like before and after this album with this song, I don't think they don't go that deep, right? Robert Plant, like, maybe on his own, his solo career, which I haven't listened to, but like 10 years gone, right? It's sort of like, I think we've all approached the age now, probably for a few years now, where it's like you go back far enough and memories kind of just become data rather than relevant, like emotional threads, right? So, you have friendships from 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and you have friendships from, like, let's just say your early adulthood, right? Where you feel like there's some intelligent adult context to these people that you know and what they're doing with their careers and their lives and all this. And you see people change and like, or maybe you don't, right? Like, I can think of so many people that I've lost contact with in the last, I'm just going to say 10 to 15 years. And this song always kind of steeps that nostalgia for me, right? It's like, it's weird. You sort of feel yourself grasping at straws sometimes, like, because you want to have that like connection with this person still, but it's just, there's not.
Yeah.
You're ghosts. You know what I mean?
Literally.
You're ghosts. Yeah.
Like, it's like you don't coexist in the same realm anymore, right?
Right. I know that was a very heavy theme for the last album that we put together.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I know no one has really partaken in guessing what PRE stands for, but some of the answers of that are in that acronym PRE.
Yeah.
Do you know what it stands for?
tell us what it stands for.
I don't know if I want to.
I think you should. I will, but I will let the audience dig and find out.
Sure.
Does Domingo know?
He might. Yeah, he might. But yeah, 10 Years Gone. I think that is there's a whole journey that this album takes that I think it kind of it gives you all these little steps up to that song, and then I think after that song, I get a little bit less interested in the album. So that's my take.
Yeah, it's a good take. For me, bringing it home to the top of my tops, number one, I went with, I think a song that's pretty obvious, Kashmir.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
I mean, it's a beautiful song. It's something that even Mr. P. Diddy sampled. I remember getting really mad when I heard that because I was like,
Did he give credit?
yeah, I mean, he had to. Actually, he performed it with Jimmy Page.
Yeah.
He performed it at an award show.
Yeah.
I didn't care for the context that he had it in, just because I feel like it's sacred. Come with me. I remember SNL made this skit about it where he was talking about how he's like, I'm not fresh out of ideas. Here's my new song. Come with me again. You know, come with you part 2. And like, I don't know, but I mean, this is a badass song, you know, like the orchestration, the size, the scope, the dynamics, the voice, the journey that song itself takes you, man. It's like cinematic.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, Kashmir is the biggest song of the back half of their catalog, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, Stairway to Heaven being but great song. I had been told by somebody, a friend of mine, I don't know if this is true, but apparently they wrote that song. It was the 4 of them driving around in this tiny car. Kashmir's like a region, right? Or it's like a...
Well, I always took it as it is, but it's also a material made from like rabbit. They use it in fabric.
Well, that's Kashmir, but
Kashmir,
I think that's CASHMER.
Could be, yeah,
or whatever. But
and this is with a K, right?
They were driving around that
region,
and just in a car, and then they just somehow came up with the idea for that song, which is a nice wholesome.
That's interesting.
Nice wholesome little story. Yeah,
I mean, drives inspire a lot of things. You know,
Yeah.
I could say I get a lot of good ideas when I'm driving. You know.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know, the 4 of us go to the Grand Canyon.
Hell yeah.
You know, come up with some ideas.
Yeah.
Man, for me, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be Kashmir as well. It has really dark undertones to it. If it was the end of the world, that would be my song.
Yeah.
Everything just falling apart. If it has a sense of like falling, like you're falling off of a building,
Urgency and all that. Yeah.
but you're falling with grace, man, with style. So I could totally see why P. Diddy took it. He's like, I'm going to take this
For the Godzilla soundtrack.
for the Godzilla soundtrack, man. I remember that. I remember the music video and the cups and everything and that movie Bombing.
Yeah. Matthew Broderick.
He...
Rage Against the Machine had a song. That track hit hard too.
Dude.
No Shelter?
Oh, yeah, it did.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's the Jamiroquai song. There was it was the Wallflowers.
Wallflowers, right? Yeah. That was a good soundtrack, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, they pulled out all the stops for that movie. Okay, my favorite, and this is hard, man, because like Houses of the Holy is great.
Yeah.
You know, Sick Again is great. Kashmir is great. There's a lot, right? But I picked something for the Wanton song.
Yeah.
I picked it because seemingly, and you guys would have to tell me because you play guitar and I don't really.
Yeah.
So the song's like pretty cool and like groovy, the verses and all that, right? And then they get to the chorus, and it's like the weirdest chord progression I think I've heard in mostly any song, right? It's like right? It's like just this weird, but it works though.
Yeah.
Right? Like they somehow made this thing that sounds awful work really well for the song.
Right.
And I was just like, wow, okay, great. You know, Go for it. You guys did it. You guys did it.
Pulled it off, yeah.
So that's my pick for number one.
I always remember there being a mention all the time in the Guitar One magazines. I would always see it. Like every few months, I would see it was one of the songs you can learn on there. You know?
Oh, really? The Wellington song? Wow.
Like every so often, I'd come back and I'd be like, I want to learn the new Metallica song, and I'd look. Oh shit, that's on there again. Because I used to get that the magazine all the time. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember those magazines. They always did have like Metallica songs.
Always, yeah.
Magazines were a good thing, man.
Yeah.
Those were good
things.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, with that said, we're going to go into our next segment called Taking Back
Domingo.
Taking Back Domingo.
This is where we hear from our music expert, our in-house resident music expert aficionado.
You got a PhD, right? You got a PhD in Berkeley
about music, yeah. Domingo, what is your take on Physical Graffiti by Led Zeppelin?
Hey everybody, my name's Dominique. I'm here to talk about Led Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti. Hell yeah, that's a badass rock album. I joined a band called Greta Van Fleet once, and then people started saying that we sounded like them. I quit. I don't know where those people are now. Hopefully they're in hell. Anyways, it's a great album. They have songs like Kashmir and the World Anthem type of stuff. Made me want to smoke and do black magic. But then again, I've smoked way too much throughout my life. Yes, Dominic used to love the party. Kids. Hard to believe, huh? Well, thank you. Stay tuned for the rest of the show. Back at you, Mr. Kerosene.
Most of the time I disagree with him, but this time
he was pretty spot on. He was pretty spot on, I think.
We're on the same page, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Domingo. Yeah, that was very insightful. Yeah.
Very insightful.
And then, of course, lastly, we're going to end with a very spicy, fun online review. I like pulling these online reviews, and this one, unsurprisingly, is from the Letterboxd of albums called Album of the Year. It's a website where people review a bunch of albums. And this is by someone with the username Emmy Moment. Emmy Moment. 4 out of 10.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah. This Led Zeppelin double album takes a ton of risks, but that's a typo. Takes a ton of sonic risks by not only doubling the length of their average album length, but also meddling with songs that have long build-ups. Despite their efforts, though, these long-winded, stripped-back songs just bore me. The bangers here bang hard, but the empty-sounding songs that drag for up to 11 minutes and as little as 6 minutes just make this album a pretty underwhelming listen. Now I understand why Led Zeppelin stuck to making short albums.
I don't agree with that.
I don't at all. It's man, I love the length of the album because every song felt like it should be there.
Yeah, I agree.
Except the cowbell song, but you know what? No albums could be perfect. No, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I understand part of what that is saying, right? So
yeah,
in the 70s, I think traditionally albums came out more often and were shorter. Mm-hmm. And that's sort of, I guess, the equivalent to like what an EP is eventually, right?
Yeah.
When you have something more concise, I think it's easier for people to digest. So like Led Zeppelin 1, 2, 3, 4 and Houses of the Holy, I could see where if someone is comfortable with that length of an album, then they might feel that this is a bit bloated. Obviously, I don't feel that way, right? But
no,
yes, after this album, they would make Presence, and then they'd make In Through the Outdoor, and then make Coda, which were all shorter. So that's it. That's it. Cool. Any closing thoughts?
whatever black magic was it Jimmy Page was doing, man, it obviously worked for his benefit, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how to believe all that. So
He was doing the stuff that, what's his name? Crawley, right? He was a big fan of Crawley.
yeah, man, I hear some crazy
The
stories,
Solomon
man.
stuff, the 18-month whatever. I went down a rabbit hole.
Yeah?
With shit, yeah.
I didn't go that deep. I didn't go. that deep.
What is any of this?
It's just like these like rituals you do for fucking months and months and months and months, and you deny yourself of all these things, and if you fuck up, you got to start all over again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Huh. Yeah, I know Jimmy Page was like fucking around with some weird stuff.
some weird occult shit. Yeah,
And if I remember correctly, after this album, between this and Presence, there was some bad stuff that started happening to the band.
yeah, all
for
of
a
them,
bit.
all of them, right?
I think Jimmy Page lost one of his fingers in like a subway door or something. Robert Plant lost his kid.
Right?
Oh man.
And then eventually, so for anybody who doesn't know, the reason why Led Zeppelin ended is because their drummer died. I think it was one of those got really drunk and choked on his own
Something like that.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. So there you go. Rock and roll.
yeah.
Well, thanks everybody. We would love to hear what you think about Physical Graffiti by Led Zeppelin. We're also always open to suggestions for albums to review. We would love to hear from you about those as well. This has been Let's Get Critical by your friends over in Frantic Romantic here. We will see you next time on the show. Thank you.
See ya.
You may find more information about the band Frantic Romantic by visiting franticromanticmusic.com, as well as our social media platforms. We're always posting information about concerts, new music, and more. So please visit us, reach out to us. Let us know if there's any albums you'd love for us to review. Until next time, this has been Let's Get Critical.